But what I wanted to do is, before I go any further, is I want to thank so many people that have made tonight possible. It started with my mother, who cooked that food. She always does an incredible job, and so I'm always very grateful to count with her to do the food. And this year she actually did another wonderful job. So muchas gracias, mamá, por la comida. Muy agradecido. I also want to do a special recognition and thank to my partner in crime, Theodora Brown, who is just, I mean, I tell you, I don't know what I would do without Theodora. She is just amazing. We go everywhere. I don't know how many meetings we have and how many places we've gone, and she's been there. And remember, this is labor of love, but she says it all the time. She's actually our legal counsel, so she's actually looking at things that help us achieve statehood from the legal perspective. So it's very, very handy to have in the office. And my other person that I want to recognize is Denisha Richard. Denisha came into the office in a very interesting way. I actually worked as my day job at a company, a defense contractor, and her mom actually works with me. And she said one day, I have a graduate daughter, and I wanted to see if she could be of some use. I tell you, I could never have imagined the great match that it turned out to be. I am so honored to have Denisha Richards on board. She is incredible. I mean, she's like my right hand next to Theodora. She's left and what is left and what is right. Incredible, incredible. So I'm just so very thankful. And, you know, and we have done a number of accomplishments. I mean, we've done a lot of things. And I just wanted to real quick just enumerate some of them, so that, and of course, thank you, Theo. I want to recognize here my nephew, Mario, who is doing incredible work. Yeah, he takes pictures, he does the video, and he's everywhere I go, and you know, he actually has a license so he can drive. He's only 19, 20, so, but he drives, so he can help me with that as well. But I wanted to just, just enumerate some of the things that we've done. We visited more than 45 members of Congress, and that yielded some actually positive outcome. Currently, we have 128 co-sponsors on HR 317, which is, a historical number, which is very good. We met with a number of heads of presidents of universities, high schools, civic associations, you name it, we've gone everywhere. We recently had a very successful meeting with the director of Strengthening for Democracy at the OAS, which our senators will tell you in a few minutes more about that. But that was very, very useful in light of some of the recent occurrences that we've had by joining this particular membership. We've also traveled to New York City, and there we were able to promote statehood before a crowd of, I don't know, what's it like, at least 100,000, a lot of people right in the midst of Manhattan. Very, very, very good. And we've issued a number of resolutions. We issued resolutions for Sonia Gutierrez, who you know, some of you may know. She is the former head of and founder of the Carlos Rosario International Public Charter School, and one of the, I think the only Latina that has his street name after her, so very, very significant. We also honor the aide to former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, Providencia Paredes, who is, has been a Washingtonian for a lifelong, and we didn't even know that, but we honor her as well. And lastly, we honor this lady named Carla Ortiz, who is actually a very prominent Latina, just got her hands on directing a film called Olvidados, Forgotten, and she is really a rising star in Hollywood, so we were very honored to do that. And in addition to that, we also issue a number of resolutions, ceremonial resolutions also to Alianza Latina USA, to the Taste of Bolivia, to Worldwide Meeting of Guada Bolivia Dance, Morenada Bolivia, and they're here also today, so thank you so much for coming and joining us. And then the Salvadorian folks, we also honor them, and the Akron Arts and Culture Festival Day as well. And so now, that's enough of my speech. I want to pass it on to some of the key folks that we have here. So first I want to recognize the delegation. So we, as you know, the delegation is made up of a U.S. representative, which is me, and then 2 senators, and we're honored to have them both here tonight. Our senior senator, Paul Strauss, and I'll pass the mic on to him shortly, and then our other next senator here doing incredible work with the radio station that advocates for statehood nationwide, Senator Michael Brown. I also want to recognize some other key folks we have here. We have our National Committee woman here. Thank you so much, Eva, for coming out here. Very, very nice. And we also want to recognize the chair of DC for Democracy, who is right here. Keith, thank you so much for being here, and the political director, also Jerry Clark is here, and of course, Vincent Orange is, I tell you, I don't know that we have as loud of a voice on the council than we have with Vincent Orange. I mean, I was so proud when the 20th anniversary of the March on Washington came out. The 1 million men March on Washington came back this summer. He must have given one of the most inspiring statehood speeches ever given on statehood, and so I was so honored to be there and in person to see it. Thank you so much for all the work you're doing for statehood, but also for small businesses and so many other communities. So we're very happy to have you on the council, to say the very least, and you'll hear from him shortly too. I also want to recognize a very special person that we have here today, and that's Joseline Peña. And Joseline, please stand up. We have over Joseline Peña, I tell you, talk about a rising star. This lady became a councilwoman, and then she went on to become a delegate, and now she's going to go to the U.S. Congress, and she's doing it all the right way. She's watching people, she's making a difference in the community, and you know, I'm all the way with you. I was at a fundraiser that the Victory Project recently hosted for her, and everybody's so excited about your candidacy, and I know you're going to make it, and you're going to make us proud, because unlike me, I was elected to be your U.S. representative to the U.S. Congress, but as you know the situation in our city. Until we become a state, I can't fully take that seat and really become what that position is. She'll be the first Dominican elected to the U.S. Congress. Yeah. We're going to make that happen. Anyways, let me go ahead and give the mic to Senator Strauss here. Thank you. Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Representative Garcia, for opening up your home and for all the wonderful work you do. We've had an exciting year in the delegation. So much of our success has been to your efforts, your energy, your staff, who has made such an important contribution to all of us. Thank you, Councilmember Orange. You are not only the issue's best friend on the council, but you are the delegation's best friend. You're always the one out there introducing legislation to give us the resources we need to take this fight where we need to take it. And we are taking it everywhere. We're taking it around the world. We're taking it to Hollywood. We're taking it to parts of the world that haven't even heard of DC statehood. We've joined the UNPO. We've got celebrities coming out and endorsing us. And Representative Garcia is going to lead this effort to revive our petition at the OAS and get us justice under international law there. So everybody was having such a nice time. I feel kind of bad. We've had all these politicians start to talk. We're interrupting what was a wonderful party. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to pass and let's all get back to enjoying ourselves.
Thank you, Senator. I want to thank everybody for coming tonight. Thank you, Franklin. It's been great to work with these guys this year. Franklin, we stood together in front of the Trump Hotel.
That's right. And we did it last week again.
And you know, we should mention that I think Donald Trump's doing more to get Democrats elected in 2016. You know, I watched It's a Wonderful Life the other night, and there's that scene at the end where the little girl says, every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. And I think every time this man opens his mouth, the Democrats get a vote. So that's the good news, is that we only need to pick up 29 seats in the House of Representatives. We only need to pick up 5 seats in the United States Senate. We will have a majority. We have 143 co-sponsors at both houses of our statehood bill. So things could happen pretty rapidly next year. And that's really the good news. But it's been great. Paul got us into UNPO, which is an international organization. We now, the 3 of us, have a vote in the UN. We don't have a vote in the Congress. We have a vote in the UN. UNPO. You know, Franklin's just done amazing work. I've also had the pleasure of working with Denisha and working with Ms. Brown, and you guys are incredible. Thanks for all the help you've given me. And I'll leave it at that because I know everybody wants to get more of that good food. And thank you, once again to Councilman Orange, who's just recently put in another bill to help our delegation, and he's always there. He's our best friend on the council, and we so much appreciate all his help. And I would just be remiss if I didn't point out this little lady who has done so much for Statehood. No, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Thank you.
Oh. Okay. Anise Jenkins has been the soul of this movement for a very long time. She's kept the flame alive. Even when people talked about voting rights, she talked about statehood. So God bless you, and thanks everybody for coming.
Thank you so much, folks. Stay with us for about 5 more minutes, because we have got a few people that I do want to recognize. And yes, Anise Jenkins, absolutely. We definitely want to recognize Anise for the incredible work she continues to do every day. And Dr. Horner is also here. I wanted to recognize her as well. Let me go ahead and give the mic over to our illustrious Councilmember Orange, please, at-large Councilmember. And also a Ward 5 resident. He lives about 5 minutes away from here. Thank you so much for being here.
3 minutes. 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Hey, well, happy holidays to everyone here. It's really an honor and a privilege to be here with Senator Strauss, Senator Brown, and Representative Garcia, and our National Committee woman, Ms. Caden, Mary Eva. Caden. But I got the Mary Eva, definitely. And obviously with Anise Jenkins, who really just represents the, I would say the heart of this movement, especially in light of Loretta Carter Haynes' illness, but she was really like the keeper of Emancipation Day. And all of you here, the strength in numbers. And clearly, as all our officials here have indicated, we have to now put our money where our mouth is. Yes. If we really want to go out and become a state, then we have to fund that movement. Right. And we got to work on our colleagues, and especially the chair of the council, to move those bills, and let's do this right. I think that the timing is right, and everybody is really in tune to this particular issue. It's going to be great this year, this Emancipation Day. This year, everyone in the nation will get 3 extra days to file their tax return because of D.C. Emancipation Day. All right. Everyone in this nation because of D.C. Emancipation Day. And we should use that. We should use that as a marketing tool. Start a campaign right now to let people know why they're getting these extra 3 days. That's right. And it's because of the District of Columbia. Another thing that's going to happen on D.C. Emancipation Day this year is the Cherry Blossom Parade is going to go in the morning, the Emancipation Parade in the afternoon. That's another marketing tool, because during that 2 weeks period, there are going to be at least 2 million people coming to see the cherry blossoms. Right. We need to be prepared to take advantage of all of this that's taking place in this year, 2016. So it's up to us to continue to work hard. And, I think victory is ours, but we have to make sure that we have a strong foundation, and we have to take care of what's going on in our house first. And that starts with our legislative branch, starts with our mayor, starts with everyone in here. There's strength in numbers. Together we stand, divided we fall. And it was just absolutely great to be out there at the Million Man March giving a strong delivery on statehood or else. Absolutely. And we have a petition drive that's going on now. We want to collect 1 million signatures for statehood and deliver those petitions to the 535 members of Congress, to the President of the United States, and take it to both the Democratic and Republican 2016 conventions. And, it's doable, because back in 1970, the League of Women Voters, they set a goal to go out and get 1.5 million signatures. 1970, no social media, no internet, none of that stuff. And in less than 30 days, they came up with 1.2 million signatures. All right. Because they were organized. And shame on us if we can't go out through the internet and through social media and just tell people simply to go to change.org and sign the petition. So I think it's doable. I look forward to working with each and every one of you. And once again, happy holidays. I think things are looking good for us. And for me, I'm not shy I support Hillary Clinton, and I'm looking forward to the Clintons coming back to the White House, and that we continue to move forward. I am the immediate past national committee man. So, there you go. And I ran on Obama's. I'm not gonna make this a campaign over here tonight. I'm just here to support Statehood, and that's Statehood now. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very good. And now we're going to hear from Dr. Holness here. You heard from her. She actually blessed the food earlier, so we're going to have her say a few words. She's actually the head of the DC Democratic Women's Club also. Thank you very much. Dr.
Thank you, Representative Garcia, to our Senators Brown and Strauss, and to my classmate and my friend Vincent and I went to law school together at the greatest law school in the country, Howard University. All right. Just got to give HU a plug tonight. But we're just glad to be here tonight. We're the DC Democratic Women's Club, and we're not just for women. We are just for Democrats. Y'all heard that, right? We are just for Democrats. We are not just for women, but we're led by women. And we invite all of you to come out on this Friday night. We will be at Darnell's on Florida Avenue and W Street in Ward 1, celebrating the holidays at Darnell's from 6 p.m. until 1 a.m. We invite you to come out, but we also invite you to come out and participate in the different activities that we'll be having during the year. Voter registration, get out to vote, getting our millennials involved, our young people doing leadership workshops and other type workshops on how to run for office and supporting individuals, because everybody doesn't want to run for office. Senator, there are some people who want to help you get elected, re-elected, and re-elected Strauss over and over again. Vincent and Garcia want to see you re-elected and re-elected. So come help us. There is power in numbers, and as Shirley Chisholm said, our rent is the rent that we pay to live here on earth is the service that we render to those who live in this space that God has given all of us. I'm also a preacher, and I want you to remember that it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, but we have to remember the Christ that is in Christmas, and the reason that we celebrate. It's not about materialism, but it's about peace, hope, love, and joy. So I give you that peace, I give you the hope, I give you the love, and I give you the joy. And have a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And come support us. We meet every second Tuesday of the month at the 4th District at the corner of Peabody and Georgia. We've had Franklin Garcia to come speak with us, and Vincent Orange has been there to speak with us, and we know that you're coming, and Strauss is going to come, and we want everybody to come out and help us make sure that the Democrats lead this country as we know that we can. We don't need any more bushes or shrubs, and we don't need anybody to trump the Democrats.
Thank you, Dr. Holness. And we certainly cannot have a Statehood meeting without hearing from Anise. Anise, come and say a few words, please.
Okay, I really thank you for this beautiful celebration. Your house is gorgeous. Everybody's excited. But we're most excited about freeing D.C. We're most excited about breaking those chains that bind us. The United States Congress has used us as political slaves. We're going to stop that. We're going to get our full rights as American citizens. And the way that we're going to do this is do it in unity. We're going to join together to let the world know that we are determined to be full American citizens with every right that everybody across the D.C. border has, everybody in Maryland has, everybody in Virginia has. We're going to fight until victory is won. Free D.C., Statehood now!
All right. Thank you so much. And just want to recognize real quick folks from the Hispanic Heritage Foundation. Thank you so much, Frankie. And Christian, a young fellow from actually high school in 12th grader at Montgomery High School, where tomorrow we're scheduled to give out at least 3,000 toys for kids throughout the whole region. So we'll be there, I think, from 10 a.m. to like 5 p.m. I know Luisa Merubia from Virginia is heading that effort, and she's doing incredible work out there. But now, como dicen, vamos a cerrar con un broche de oro. We're going to close big time now. We want to go ahead and get our delegate from Maryland here to come out and say a few words. And this is a special because I really believe in the work she's doing, and I really believe that you can actually become the first fully member of Congress that can vote in the U.S. Congress, and whatever I can do to make that happen, I want to make sure that that happens. So here we go. Without further ado, Joseline Peña.
Thank you so much, Franklin, and thanks for having me in your lovely home and your mom for the It's very delicious food. We were out this morning, door knocking, and I told my husband on the way here, I only had breakfast this morning. I said, I feel like pulling over, and he said, oh no, I have food here. I said, well, I bet you Franklin has food. I said, I'll wait. So I'm so glad I waited, because I wasn't being antisocial, and that's really weird for a politician, although I like to call myself a public servant. Yes. But I literally had a minute there for myself, and I sat down and I enjoy my food for the first time today. So I thank you so much. I am actually running for the 4th congressional seat. It is the seat that is being vacated by Donna Edwards. You heard of that little race, Ben Howland and Edwards. So basically, I'm running. We're one of 8. I serve in the Maryland legislature. I've been there 9 years. I am the chair of the Public Health and Minority Disparity Committee. I'm a member of the Black Caucus, the Women Caucus, and I'm the chair of the Latino Legislative Caucus, which we actually formed this year. I've been very active. People respect my work. We recently got the endorsement of Emily's List this week. That took 6 months to get. It was very difficult to get. I really had to cross my T's and dot my I's and be very viable. We have a very viable campaign. We got the endorsement of the Democracy for America, the Progressive Change Campaign Committee, CASA in Action, Emily's List, the asbesto workers and insulators, the steam fitters and the elevators, Bold PAC and Poder PAC. But most importantly, we're out there door knocking. We have our office has been open since June 1st. We're door knocking, we're phone banking, and to date we have over 1,200 donations of an average of 100. We've been able to raise a little over $400,000. So we are working hard, and we're going to do this. We are going. I don't need it. We are going to do it. Because we're very strong, but I also remember my roots. I was born in Dominican Republic. I'm a proud American citizen, because I know that I wouldn't be where I am if it were not for this wonderful country. And sometimes we take it for granted, and we have to tell our Democrats to come out and vote. We have such apathy that it's shameful. Because there are countries that people die to exercise their right to vote. It is important that our voice be heard. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak with you. And Franklin, thank you for being so generous with your friendship and with just the way you are. You have a beautiful soul, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you.